Sigma 150 to 600mm contemporary f5-6.3 DG Zoom Lens review. In this video, I will be reviewing the Sigma 150 to 600mm f5-6.3 DG Zoom Lens. I'll cover the following topics. 1. Unboxing. I'll show you what comes with the lens. 2. Overview. I'll go over the lens from top to bottom. 3. Test footage. I'll show you some footage that I shot using this lens. And 4. Review. I'll let you know if I think this lens is worth purchasing. I'll leave a link to everything I talk about in the description below this video in case you want to check them out. Let's get started. Unboxing. The Sigma 150 to 600mm lens is packed well and it arrived in pristine condition. It comes with a case that unzips at the top, the lens of course, which can be used on a full-frame sensor or crop sensor camera, a tripod collar, which is currently connected to the lens, a protective cover that goes in place of the tripod collar if you remove it, a 95mm lens cap and a rear cap, a lens hood, a case strap, a lens strap, and various papers including a warranty. Overview. Let's go over the lens now. First, this is the size of the lens at 150mm. It's a little over 10 inches long. Let's adjust it to 600. As you can see, it becomes much longer. This is the zoom ring. As mentioned, it goes from 150 to 600. This is the focus ring. It goes from 9.2 feet to infinity. The maximum aperture at 150mm is f5. Zoomed into 600mm, the maximum aperture becomes f6.3. The lens closes down all the way to f22. Let's look at the controls on the side of the lens. At the top is the focus switch. AF is autofocus mode. MF is manual focus mode. And in the middle is MO. This is the manual override mode. In this mode, you can use autofocus and then switch over to manual by just rotating the focus ring. Quite useful in my opinion. Next, we have focus limit. It can be set at full, which is no limit at all, 10 meters to infinity limit, or 2.8 to 10 meters limit. In case you didn't know, limit is helpful when you know roughly the distance your subject is at, and you don't need to hunt for a focus outside of that specific focus range. This improves focus speed and accuracy. If your subject's distance is unpredictable, leave this setting on full. Next we have OS, Optical Stabilizer. Mode 1 is for general photography, and Mode 2 is for shooting an object that is moving, like when you have to pan with an object to capture it. At the bottom of the lens we have the custom switch. You have C1, C2, and off. Basically, if you purchase the separately sold Sigma USB dock, you can adjust lens settings like autofocus speed using your computer and then save it as C1 or C2. We also have a lens lock switch. You put your zoom at a desired focal length and then lock that position. I like setting that lens at 150 for example, and locking it when I'm walking around with the lens to keep it as compact as possible. The lens weighs a little over 4 pounds, so the tripod collar lets you mount the lens to a monopod or a tripod. I have the Canon mount, but they also make this lens for Nikon and Sigma. Test footage. Now that we've gone over the lens, let's look at some test footage I shot using the Sigma Zoom on a Blackmagic Pocket 6K cinema camera. As you can see, the lens performs pretty well. The image is sharp and clean in my opinion. What do you think? Let me know in the comments section below this video. Review. So do I recommend purchasing this lens after using it? The answer is yes, absolutely. For the money, this Sigma telephoto lens packs in a lot of value. Are there lenses that are sharper and faster out there? Of course, but they will cost you a lot more money. I find that this lens works very well in daylight. It's definitely not a low light lens with its aperture at f5 or 6.3, unless you are lighting the shots, of course. Well, I hope that you found this review helpful. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.